Milling yourself out in Jund is good now? Hey Dragonauts, Astro's Flame here, tapping out to talk about Jund Self-Mill. Strategy I didn't think I'd ever say. But anyways, just like how I am tapping out, you should tap that subscribe button to stay updated on all the new standard best of 3 decks coming out for the Wilds of Eldraine meta. And let's get into what makes this deck so sweet. And that is the Self-Mill strategy. We want to put cards in our graveyard to fuel our creatures because we are doing a Lhurgoyf strategy along with Old Stickfingers and the Cruel Somnophage. Each of these creatures rely on a power and toughness to have creatures in the graveyard. And what I mean by that is, for example, Cruel Somnophage, power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures in all graveyards. Stickfingers, power and toughness are equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Lhurgoyf, power and toughness are equal to its number of creatures in your graveyard, with the toughness being equal to +1, so it doesn't die. In the case of Stickfingers and Cruel Somnophage, if there are no creatures in the graveyard, they will be 0/0s and will die, but they fill your other stuff, it's fine. The idea though, fill your graveyard up, hopefully your opponent gets filled too, and your creatures are huge. That's it, make them big, swing in and attack. You do have some enablers to get this rolling though, between the Death Bonnet Sprout here being able to mill a card on upkeep, the Gnawing Vermin being able to mill 2, Stickfingers himself being able to mill. It's going to put X number of creatures in your graveyard, where X is the mana you paid in. Lhurgoyf, when you kick it for black, we don't play blue in this list, so we cannot double kick it, but still being able to mill 3 cards, quite nice for here. And we also have Tyvar, the Jubilant Brawler, for self-milling as well. Now, Tyvar does some extra value in this list, though, right? So Tyvar is a main reason for being used is the recurring of your creatures, because the Cruel Somnophage, Urborg Lhurgoyf, and Old Stickfingers are technically each 2 mana. So with minusing 2 on Tyvar, not only are you filling your graveyard in order to add more creatures in for that ability, but you're also bringing back them if they have been destroyed or sent there from blocks or Death Touch or something. Whatever made them go to the graveyard, Tyvar is able to bring them back. And one of the other ways that they might get there, they might just be flung. And what we're going to be doing for flinging is, because they're so huge, we actually want to play Callous Sellword here. This is the reason to play Jund for red. You use Burn Together. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target, and then sacrifice it. So you basically fling the Callous Sellword at your opponent's face, and hopefully they die. I mean, you can also play in the Callous Sellword as a 2/2, it's not bad, but the main reason is Burn Together. Make the opponent take the damage. With that too, we're also doing the Voldaren Thrillseeker, the ability to just fling the creature for a single mana. Plus, we're buffing it up thanks to backup. We're going to put 2+1/+1 counters on the creature, pay a mana, sacrifice it, and deal less damage to the opponent, and just end them on a day. And we do only get 6 fling triggers on this deck, 2 Thrillseekers, and 4 of the Sellword. Not much of a way to really recur them, but honestly, all you really need is 1. Just draw in 1, and usually your Goyfs, Somnophage, or Stickfingers are something like an 11/11 or 15/15, and the opponent will just melt. That being said, though, you do need some value in this deck to keep ahead in the meta and keep things rolling. So that is thankfully where Blossoming Tortoise is going to come to play. This does 2 things by A, helping you get your land drops, but also filling the graveyard with more mills, so your creatures will get bigger. Decadent Dragon coming in for extra treasures as it attacks. It is a 4/4 flyer. The benefit here too is you can exile some cards from your opponent's deck, make them accessible to you. So you're kind of disrupting the opponent, advancing your plan with a 4/4, and getting some treasure, which is going to let you pay more mana into Stickfingers, or even hit that blue mana that we don't run in the mana base for the Somnophage or the Urborg Lhurgoyf. Kind of our last utility creature that here is Glissa. Glissa is just a great 3/3 to play in the list. Enabling First Strike and Death Touch for positive trades, so you're either pushing in damage or getting good trades on your opponent's creatures. And when she deals combat damage, you're either going to get to draw, destroy an enchantment, or get 3 counters on something. You won't really be using the counters. It's mostly going to be for the draw, but that still makes her just a great inclusion in this list. When we get into the sideboard, we are going to be running triple Duresses. This is our disruption for hands. So anytime a controller mid-range opponent's coming in with a lot of removal, counterspells, or creature removal, Duress is great to bring in. We have Cankerbloom as a recurring threat against enchantment or artifact-based decks. Lithomanic Barrage against planeswalkers or soldiers. So Soldier aggro decks or your opponent playing Esper or Azorius control, always great. Go for the Throat coming in as well here. This is for mid-range primarily, maybe some aggro matchups if their creature's large enough, but it's just a very clean all-around good removal. We do have 2 She-Holder the Apocalypse on the list, and this will be in for grindier matchups just so you kind of have a good engine on keeping your life gain rolling, and is especially nice versus aggro. The last 2 cards I'm going to touch on are kind of spicy for me, so Sword of Once and Future. In a meta where black is king, basically, and blue is basically in a lot of decks as well as like a second runner-up, and, you know, white is in there too. Esper, Dimir, all kind of in that range, Mono Blue Temple, Azorius. All of them share one thing in common. They have the colors that are on the sword. And getting our creature protection from blue and black is a great way to keep something like our Stickfingers, Somnophage, or Lhurgoyf from being removed or touched or anything else. So we stick a sword on them and they are a-okay. Plus we get to fill our bin thanks to that Surveil, and we use things like Go for the Third and Duress when it comes to it. The last card to touch on here is Agatha Soul Cauldron. This is a combo piece we want to bring in when we know the graveyard's not going to be touched and we need to go taller than the opponent is, because we can use the Soul Cauldron to eat our Voldaren Thrillseeker, and any creature that has a +1/+1 on it now can use the Voldaren Thrillseeker's activated ability. So we effectively can just keep throwing things at our opponent's face for multitude of damage. But anyways, Dragonauts, this is John Self-Mill. Please enjoy the game. Sellsword to a Bonnet. I'm gonna keep. I'll try it. Well, Duress doesn't hit anything, so that's cool. I mean a Tyvar, but I have 2. So like, okay, we lose 1 Tyvar. Not a big deal. We'll play in a non-vermin. And I just got rid of both lands that hit green. Oh no. Oh no. And they have a second Duress. Okay. So we lose our Tyvar yet again. Well, we got a Cruel Somnophage. That's technically a 0/0. Guess I'm just gonna play in the Sellsword here. Somnophage being a 0/0 isn't exactly great. Alright, they have a Glissa. Can I, like, you know, draw something? Jeez, like, where's my green? It's not even the mana screw. I lost 2 lands because of the initial mill. Which, like, is fine. It's like, I have other ways to get it, but... Say no attacks. Somnophage is a 3/3 right now, which is alright. That comes in. Plus attacks. Vermin blocks. Alright, well, we'll play in a 4/4 Somnophage. Say no attacks, and the opponent just probably has to go for the threat. Yeah. Alright, cool. We'll go to game 2. Alright. 22 lands, jeez. I'm not going to make any sideboard changes here. We're going to go on the play. Grab up the play here. Double Somnophage into Underdog. I mean, the Underdog's nice. I'll keep for that. We'll play in said Underdog. Looks like opponent has a cut down here. Called it. Misery Shadow. Alright. Okay. We are just going all kinds of places with the Shadow, apparently. Let's mill a couple cards, and we'll play in a 3/3 Cruel Somnophage. Now, if they attack with the Shadow, they can currently make it a 5/5, so blocking it doesn't do a ton for me right now. Arena coming in. Alright. Ooh, a Lhurgoyf. That's kind of nice. I might actually kick this. And we'll push in 5 damage. Get the opponent down to 15 here. So what am I worried of? The Sheholdred's a little annoying. I'm gonna go for the throat. Alright. Go for the throat again. Alright. Well, Tyvar doesn't do an exact time for me. Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. I can use Tyvar here and mill 3 cards. And I can actually bring back the non-vermin. And I can mill myself a little bit more, and then I can play in the Cruel Somnophage. And I'll poke him from. Hey, what's going on, Isaiah? How you doing, friend? Happy Friday. My day's going okay. My leg's all right, but it's going. Friend, how you doing tonight? Hope it's going well. Hope you are doing well. We are just trying to play in some standard decks tonight. You know, test some brews and see how they're working. Kind of it's been like up and down right now. So it's been some good matches. Not too shabby, yeah. All right, let's go for Voldaren Thrillseeker. We're gonna buff up ye old Somnophage. And we're gonna go attacking in here. Heck yeah, Bruce, yeah! We're trying a Jund self-mill fling deck. And then I just get to go boop. And that's the game. Cool. Alright, so that worked. Looks good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go higher on the Thrillseeker, but that did work at least. Didn't really make any sideboard changes against the opponent. I don't know that I still am, aside from maybe I bring in the Sword of Once in future. I might do a sword and cut a turtle. I mean, maybe there's room for me to actually cut the Decadent Dragon and bring in Shelly instead. I could go down 1 Sellsword, 1 Bonnet, and maybe like 1 Underdog to bring Go for the Throats. And maybe that's our sideboard plan. Vermin into Underdog with Somnophage seems fine. It's cool as hell. Yeah, Isaiah, I love this. I love the art of that Decadent Dragon. It's my favorite. Alright, so opponent has a cut down. That's good to know. I mean, am I just playing another vermin here? Yeah, I think I'm just playing in another vermin. I'll mill myself a little bit more. We'll poke in for 1 and pass the turn. They're holding up a cut down or go for the throat most likely, so that's fine. We're gonna go Copperline Gorge, and let's go green, Lhurgoyf, kick. And then we'll push in for 2 damage on them, trigger the go for the throat. But now we've got 2 Somnophages that are 6/6s each. Sorry, 8/8s? Hey, what's going on, Turtle? How you doing tonight, friend? Happy Friday. I hope it's going well. And then, yeah, I just go Somnophage. Say no attacks. Got 2 8/8s, so that's pretty cool. First day on the new job? Yo, that's awesome. How was the first day? Ooh, Sticky's kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, I'll just do X equals 2 here. Now I got two 10-10s. Now I got a third 10-10. Now I'm going to attack for 20. And now I'm going to attack for 11. And now you're at 7. And now you're at 6. And that's a Shelly. That's annoying, but that's fine. And look, a Cruel Somnophage. And now I'm just going to attack in. And force your blocks. I still have an 11-11. Here, have a 12-12. Here, have a 3-2. I don't know what you're gonna do, opponent, but like, this deck is crazy. Hey, what's going on, Leo? How you doing tonight? I don't know about crazy, but it is a deck. It is a deck. Sure, Dread Knight's fine. Hey, Gnawing Vermin. Oh, I milled my sword. That sucks. I'll play in the Deathbrow Bonnet here. And I mean, we just go to combat. Yeah, like, go for the throat's fine. You still have to block my 14-14 and 13-13. And now you go to 4. Alright, maybe this deck is pretty good. Oh, they have another Shelly. Alright, well, they go down to 5 here, but like, my attackers are just able to go through. Cut down doesn't save, but I can replay that from the graveyard. Alright, yeah, there's the game. So anyways, Dragonos, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. It's always appreciated. Please remember to keep believing, and as always, I'll catch you next time.